So dear students, let's have a look at the past tense. We have just completed our present tense. Now is the turn of past tense. So the very first tense is past indefinite or simple past tense, as we learned in the present tense. You know, in present tense also I told you simple past, simple present, simple future. So these three are simple tenses: present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, right? Present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. So overall we can say we have got 12 tenses, right? So but right now let's discuss about past tense. What is past? What is past? Past means something is over. The time is no more now. The time has elapsed. So we are talking about the moment which is no more in front of us or with us, right? So the very first tense is past indefinite tense. What do we use, or what are the salient features? And they are this is very simple. We use second form of the verb. In present indefinite tense we use first form of the verb, but in past indefinite tense we use second form of the verb. In affirmative sentences, whenever the sentence is affirmative, we use second form of the verb, right? But when we have to convert this affirmative sentence into negative or interrogative, we use did. We use did and V1. Got it? So if I say he went to Jaipur, he went to Jaipur, affirmative, and its negative will be he did not. Not will be used to make a sentence negative. He did not go. So mind it, dear students, in affirmative second form of the verb is used, but in negative when we are using did, always first form of the verb is used. So in short we can say when we are using do, does or did, purely first form of the verb is used. So we will say he did not go to Jaipur. He went to Jaipur. He did not go to Jaipur. Right? She helped me. We'll say she did not help me. Right? Did she go to Jaipur yesterday? No, he did not. He did not go to Jaipur yesterday. Or yes, he did. Yes, he went to Jaipur yesterday. So these are affirmative, negative and interrogative. In negative and interrogative we use did as helping verb along with first form of the verb, right? Next is continuous tense. What is continuous? Just like present continuous tense, we think that at a particular moment, at a particular time, a specific time in past, something was going on. Right now I am teaching you. Okay, right now I am teaching you, and this is, suppose this is 2 o'clock. So I am teaching you at 2 o'clock. But tomorrow when we are here back, right? So what we will say? We were learning. Right now we are learning, but when this time is over, it will become past and we will say we were learning English. Right? So in past continuous tense, we use was and were along with the same V1 ing. I told you in all continuous tenses ing form is used. So was and were, V1 ing is used. I was, he was, she was, it was. Right? They were, you were, we were. Okay? So in this way we can say I was reading a newspaper. I was reading a newspaper when the guest arrived. This is past indefinite tense. So many occasions are there when the sentence is the combination of two tenses, right? Let me repeat. I was reading a newspaper when the guest arrived. Got it? I was watching TV, whereas my mother was preparing breakfast. Got it? Next is perfect tense. What is perfect tense? What do we use? We use had along with third form of the verb. What? Had and third form of the verb. I told you in all perfect tenses, since the verb is complete, that's why we use had and third form of the verb. Has have, third form of the verb. Will have, shall have, third form of the verb. Means in all three perfect tenses. But when it comes to past perfect tense, we use had and third form of the verb. Got it? And some specific adverbials are required. What they are? already, never, before, ever, like this, etc. Got it? Next is perfect continuous tense. I don't think now you have any more doubt regarding this perfect continuous tense any longer. I already explained this tense like present perfect continuous. I told you, do you remember that perfect continuous tense is always the combination of two tenses, means some salient features we are taken out from indefinite tense sometimes, but we have converted it continuous tense. So we can say something we have taken out from past continuous and something we have taken out from perfect tense, and we have mixed them together, we have clubbed them together, and it becomes perfect continuous tense. So what we have taken out from past perfect? Obviously had, okay, and what we have taken out from continuous tense? V1 ing. So had plus been, because time is also there, had plus been plus V1 ing, it becomes perfect continuous tense. And since time is there, it will be connected with certain prepositions, and what they are? Since or for plus time. Sometimes so many students have got queries. They share their queries with us related the uses of since and for, where to use since and where to use for. So let me tell you a very easy way. The shortcut of these uses is, whenever the time is countable, you can say period of time. Whenever any kind of period has been given to you, period of days, period of months, period of weeks, period of hours, period of minutes, period of seconds, period of centuries, period of decades, we use for. For 2 hours, for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 minutes, 2 decades, 2 centuries, for more than 2 centuries, the British ruled over us. We can say for. But when the time is not countable, means that becomes point of time. So to express point of time, we use since, means whenever this time is changed into its proper form, proper noun, like days is there, if we say Sunday, Monday, that is since, and if only day word is there, for, because day is countable, Sunday, Monday not countable. Okay, so we can say I have been waiting for you since Sunday, it is present perfect continuous. But if I say I had been waiting for him for 2 months when he finally turned up. Got it? So in this way, point of time, period of time, countable time, uncountable time. So in this way we can, right? So my dear student, just have a look at some examples I am going to give you through your book. So please open your book. Right? Okay, please open your book at page 47. Page 47. Randomly, let's have some examples. I'll explain. Right? So, sentence number 3 in exercise A. Page 47. I have explained. I have written it here. So, let's explain the alarm. Sentence number 3. The alarm, right, and blank space is there, the alarm, blank space, ring when Rohit blank sleep. Yes. One more example, and that is 8 number sentence, 8 number example. Let's see. Father blank space swim when he blank space. Here the cry for help. So let's discuss these 2 examples. Look, The sentence is the alarm blank ring when Rohit blank sleep. I told you the combination of two clauses, two tenses means two activities we are talking about in some sentences. So here also the same case, the alarm. What was happening? The alarm was ringing. If we write, but here when Rohit, it also requires the same tense, and two tenses cannot be used in one sentence. So it will be correct when Rohit was sleeping. After the words when and while, we can use continuous tenses, right? So we have, but here again past continuous tense is there, so there cannot be such kind of repetition, so we will not use it. That's why I wrote this, right? So past continuous tense cannot be used before, when or while. So we can write the alarm rang. We are talking about indefinite tense. Got it? Next one. Father blank swim. Again the same. When he blank hear the cry for help. What was going on and what happened at the same time? Means when something happened at the time, something was going on. So this is the meaning, right? So we think father was swimming. Father was swimming when he heard the cry for help. Means at the time when father was swimming, something happened. And what happened? Father, while swimming, heard a cry for help. Means somebody might be drowning. So somebody might be calling for help, calling out for help. So we can say father was swimming when he heard the cry for help. So dear students, have a look at some more examples, right? So please open your book at page 48-49. You will find so many sentences in exercises, and randomly I have picked out some sentences for you. So exercise B, one sentence is there beginning with Tina, right? Have a look in your book. Tina blank complete her composition when Kanika called, right? So let's see, are we talking about continuity or we think that a particular work was already finished? So we can get the meaning, we are talking about the completion of the work. So what I told you, whenever we are talking about the completion of the tense, completion of the activity or an action, that reflects perfect tense. So we can say Tina had completed her composition when Kanika called. But it all depends on what you think, what you get. But if you think that the meaning should be something else, so in that case, in option we can say Tina was completing her composition when Kanika called, because previously I told you whenever when or while conjunctions have been given, in that case we can use the combination of past indefinite tense and past continuous tense. So here Tina had completed her composition when Kanika called, or we can say Tina was completing her composition when Kanika called. Got it? Next is, we are talking about one of the conditional sentences. You know, conditional sentences, and condition number 3. That is not important for you because you are too young to understand, right? So here in this sentence we can say, whenever we are talking about a condition in which something is already over and we are just repenting, right? It's of no use talking about that. So if Mayank blank know the answer, he would have helped us. Means Mayank did not know the answer, so how can we think that he should help us? So we can say in condition number 3, conditional sentence, this is the combination of past perfect and future perfect past form. So had known. If Mayank had known the answer, he would have helped us, right? Since he did not know the answer, so how is it possible for him to know, right? So if Mayank had known the answer, he would have helped us, right? Next is, it blank rained heavily. Okay, so all the vehicles blank move slowly. So what to write? It was raining heavily. Yes, we are talking about rainfall. It was raining heavily, so all the vehicles means two same tenses are being used here. What I told you, in the presence of when and while we are not using, but here no when or while are there, so we can say it was raining heavily, so all the vehicles were moving rather slowly. Comparatively, they were moving slowly in comparison of the days when it is not raining. At their natural speed, they are moving about. Next is Shreya, exercise C. Okay, so this was done. Now Shreya blank listen with rapt attention means very attentively. Shreya was listening to the teacher. Okay, when the bell blank ring. Do you still remember? We have already practiced a sentence in which father was doing something, right, and somebody else was doing something when the bell rang. Rohit like sentence you must have remembered. So Shreya was listening with rapt attention to the teacher means at the time when the teacher was teaching the classroom, Shreya was listening with rapt attention when the bell rang. You must have remembered the example in which in place of Shreya, Rohit was there. Rohit was watching TV. Rohit was sleeping when the doorbell rang. Exactly the same pattern is here. Shreya was listening with rapt attention to the teacher. What happened when? At the time, all of a sudden, the bell rang. Okay, so with this, your past tense is complete. I hope you have got it in a better way, and still let me advise you to keep practicing to get more and more better perfection. Have a nice time. Thank you.